Good morning, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting to order at 9 o'clock. I'll go ahead and start with the land acknowledgement. Associated Students recognizes and acknowledges the first people of the ancestral and unceded territory of Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University, Northridge, honors their elders past and present, and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. Associated Students recognizes that the tribe is still here, and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. I hand it over to Government Secretary Moss for the roll call.
Vice President Khan,
Here.
Senator Aronson,
Here. Here.
Senator Flores,
Here.
Senator Gavino, Senator Jimeniano Aragon, Senator Harris,
Here.
Senator Covenia, Senator Miyoshi,
Here.
Senator Nunez, Senator Olgun, Senator Perez, Senator Pulliam. Oh.
Here.
Senator Radionov, Senator Weta,
Here.
Senator Shirzadi,
Here.
Senator Toledo Carranza,
Here.
Senator Tran.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. We'll move on to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Pulliam.
I move to approve the agenda.
Can you state the date of the agenda?
I move to approve the agenda for October 14th.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Shirzadi. Is there any discussion on the approval of today's agenda? Senator Jimeniano Aragon.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Thank you. Is there any discussion on the approval of today's agenda? Seeing none, we can take this to a vote. If there are no objections to the approval of today's agenda, it will pass unanimously. Are there any objections? Seeing no objections, the agenda passes unanimously. We'll now move on to the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion on the floor for the approval of the minutes? Senator Shirzadi.
I move to approve the minutes of October 7th, 2024.
Thank you so much. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Miyoshi. Any discussion on the approval of the October 7th minutes? Senator Gavino.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Thank you. Senator Radionov.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Thank you. Any discussion on the approval of the minutes? Seeing none, if there are no objections to the approval of the minutes from October 7, 2024, they will pass unanimously. Are there any objections? Seeing no objections, the minutes pass unanimously. We will now move past special presentation into open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes.
Yeah, good morning. My name is John Valadez, and I'm the AS Ticket Office Manager. I'm here to talk about the AS UPass program.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tony, pronouns he, him, his, and I'm a ticket office supervisor. I'm going to go ahead and start us off. The University Pass, also known as the UPass, is an AS program that provides a subsidy for students who ride on public transit. Associated students provide the subsidy price of $95 and is valid for about 5 months, roughly about 20 to 24 weeks, depending on the semester. And it's good for unlimited rides on Metro Rail and bus, including Culver City Bus, G-Trans, LA Dash, Torrance Transit, Long Beach Transit, Montebello Bus Lines, Norwalk Transit, Pasadena Transit, and the Big Blue Bus, Getting the UPass through us is quick and pretty easy. Students just need 6 or more units as an undergrad or 3 or more units as a grad student. They only have to come once a semester and they can reload their pass here with us at the ticket office. Eligible students can either purchase the UPass in person or online through their portal. By providing a simple student information, we can sell these passes in less time than it takes to finish this script.
Now, this program has plenty of benefits to the student, the environment, and the CSUN campus. Uh, for one, public transportation reduces air pollution, right? Less cars on the road, less smog. It reduces traffic congestion and more parking spots on campus. Now, I know we're in our 8th week, but for those of you that drive here, you know what it's like the first few weeks of school trying to find a parking spot. It's kind of crazy out there. It saves the student money and time. The student saves at least about $50 and more depending on how often they ride and what type of tap card they have. It saves them time in a couple of different ways. As Tony mentioned, they only have to come once a semester or like every 5 months instead of having to come every week or every month. But it also frees up the time because students can read, or if they have their laptop or their tablet, they can study or just decompress and watch your favorite show on the bus instead of having to focus on the road or stress about the traffic. And as most of you know, it's not fun being out there, being stuck on the 101, the 405, or the 5 freeways. And also, public transportation is safer. The vehicles, the buses are heavier, they go slower than cars, and a lot of them have their own dedicated right-of-way. The last thing I'll say is that the UPass is a very popular program. This semester alone, we've already sold 875 passes and counting. So yeah, I'll just leave you with that. If any of you have any questions, please feel free to visit us. We're located right outside the glass doors to your right, and you can ask for Tony or myself. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, John and Tony. Yes, and if anyone does have any questions, they are almost always in that office. So please feel free to stop by. It's just right outside the Northridge Center entrance to the right. Thank you all. Is there anyone else here for open forum?
Hello, good morning. Yes, I wonder who's next. Good question. Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. My name is James Forster. I serve as the AS Programs Manager, and I am here just to provide you a weekly update on some of our events that are going on. Events. Spell it with a Z for fun. All right, so 2 of the events that we have going on this week. First off, we have our farmers market, which will be typically as normal, tomorrow from 10 to 2 over in Matador Square. We will be having a live performance by one of our CSUN students here, so that'll be pretty cool that we'll be having that. I believe she plays guitar and sings, so come on out. I think she'll be there around 12:30 for any of you interested to check that out. But otherwise, the market will be going on as normal tomorrow. And then our second event this week is actually on Wednesday instead of Thursday. Our Wednesday event is our Campus Sustainability Day event. So we will be out on Sierra Lawn from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a different variety of campus resources, as well as some local resources as well, that kind of just promote sustainability, not only on this campus, but in different ways through the campus. We have a really cool, fun activity. We'll be doing a paint a pot and plant a plant activity. So you will be given a clay pot. Once you check in for the event, you can paint that pot, and then you can plant a succulent. So we have 250 of those for the first 250 people that are interested in that. So if you all are interested, come on out. Hope to see you all there. Make sure you all tell people about it as well too. So again, that'll be on Wednesday from 10 to 2 out on Sierra Lawn. So those are our events for this week. And if you all have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, James. Is there anyone else here for open forum? Okay, seeing none, we'll now move on to reports, starting with mine. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I hope you love the weather because I do. I love cold weather, and I hope you all are enjoying it. And I hope we never see the sun again in the valley because I hate it so much. And I love the cold, so thank you. Usually when it's cold, I'm like in a better mood. Like, I don't know if anyone's like productivity is dependent on the weather, but mine certainly is. And I'm gonna get a lot done today because it's cold. Okay, I'll start with my actual report. So last week, what did I do? So I attended the ABET meeting. I was invited by Dr. Hussam Tutanji, who's the dean of the Engineering and Computer Science College. It was like a lunch meeting, and it was a really good time. I had met some of the students from the Engineering and Computer Science College, and yeah, I mean, I did not fit in. Everyone in that meeting was, had something affiliated with engineering, but it was great. I was able to chat with the students and find some middle ground there, so it was good. And we also, Vice President Khan and I also had a chance to meet with Dr. Watkins, Dr. Ruelas Bischoff, and Asia, following the Time, Place, and Manner Forum and some feedback that we had gotten from students on the Time, Place, and Manner policy, as well as some stuff with the MIC. So that was great, and we hope to, keep having those follow-up meetings if we get any more feedback. I had a meeting with the CSSA Central Region. We'll have these meetings usually like a week or two before our plenaries. Our next plenary is this weekend, so don't talk to me, Iman or Kiri. We're going to be in Monterey Bay. But so this meeting was kind of to just get some feedback from all of the CSUs in the central region. So I'm not going to be able to name all of them, but I'll try my best. So it's going to be CSUN. Don't get me started. We're not in the SoCal region. I've said this a lot. It's really silly. So CSUN is in the central region. We have Fresno. There's Monterey Bay. There's Channel Islands. There's San Luis Obispo. I think there's maybe one more. So I actually did a better job than I thought. Yeah, just, talking about what issues all of these campuses are having on their radar. And it's very interesting to see the different variety of issues depending on just sheer campus size, demographic. I mean, you would imagine, but it's apparent. And then I met with Senator Shirzadi to train him on parliamentary procedure and Senate standing rules. He made a motion today, so that means he learned something, and I'm so proud. And I'm planning on meeting with Senator Flores to do the same thing. And then I had a chance to meet with Dr. Amanda Quintero and Dr. Freddie Sanchez about the Diversity and Inclusion Commission. I'm going to begin working on appointing a student at large to be a part of that commission. I am in that commission as well as the chair of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Omar Joinat. We had our first University Corporation Board of Directors meetings last week as well. And then we had our District 40 candidate forum. Thank you if anyone in this room was there. It was a great success, and we got a lot of feedback. Vice President Khan and I moderated the event, and then our Chair of Legislative Affairs, Kiri Saravia, kind of like spearheaded the planning of the event. And shout out to Denise for doing like the technical background stuff. It was super helpful. And marketing for the flyer, and everyone that helped out. And then I attended the AS managers meeting. I have been giving a sweet little report there and listening to everyone, which is cool. I had the chance to stop by the Rainbow Reception hosted by the USU Pride Center, which was super cute and super great. And it was, not like a really crazy planned event, but, people were there and just talking, and it was a great time. Daniel was there. Ariana was there. Tim was there. Who else was there? Oh, Iman was there. Well, I didn't go when you were there. I'm sorry. Iman went too. But yeah, it was a good time. And then I had a meeting with the talking about the CSU Deloitte Student Success University. It was a discovery session. So Deloitte, the CSU kind of I think that they contract Deloitte out to discuss methods of student success for the CSU students, the 500,000 CSU students in California. And I was in that meeting alongside President Beck's cabinet, and we discussed student success and what efforts are being made at CSUN to improve and acknowledge student success. I got the chance to mention that I believe the emphasis on basic needs contributes heavily to student success and has been a common theme of discussion that has occurred at CSSA when Deloitte had done some workshopping at our plenaries and especially at CS Unity. We had our AS Leadership Mixer. Thank you for everyone that came, and I hope that you were able to meet someone in administration to, network with and, talk with and all the things. So I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a great time. We had our second IRA board meeting. We had requests from the theater department, the Chicano Studies department, the RTM department, and the Family and Consumer Sciences department. And then next, I attended is this the second? Yeah, second faculty senate meeting. I think I probably mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but I do give a report at faculty senate, and I'm a voting member too, which is cool. And faculty senate had approved a resolution to, I guess, I don't know what the exact title was, but the implication was that they kind of were not going to support the CSU interim system-wide time, place, and manner policy. And I also voted in support of that resolution. We had amended some of the language to make sure that the resolution was being sent to the respective individuals that I guess are stakeholders or, aren't or are affiliated with it. But it was a good resolution. If anyone wants to see it, let me know. I do know that there's some legislation about the TPM policy, and I think is it in university or external affairs? External affairs? Okay, external affairs. And so if anyone from that committee wants to check it out, let me know. I will be going to that meeting today, so actually I can just bring it up too. We had our personnel board meeting, and then I had a chance to do our monthly meeting with Vice President Khan, President Beck, and Dr. Watkins. And that was great. And usually President Beck and Dr. Watkins will just ask us what we're working on, but I flipped the tables and I was like, what's on your guys' mind? And that was great. And it was very insightful. And one of the last things I did was I had the chance to visit CSU Long Beach last Friday. And it was my first time on that campus. And man, is it nice. They have a huge campus and a lot of walking. I think that we have a lot of walking here, but man, there's a lot of walking there. And then also, it's very interesting. I think that was maybe might be the second CSU campus that I've been on, and it's super interesting to compare their campus with our campus. Because I'll always be like, man, like CSUN is just like a flat land, but then CSULB, it is not that accessible. Sorry to anyone from CSUB watching the stream, but it's a lot of stairs. There's not really many ramps because I was going around in my scooter. Shout out if you've seen me in my scooter. And and just because the parking lot was actually like half a mile away from the USU, and there was no ramps. It was just a bunch of stairs, and I was like, wow, we would never do this. And then their USU is really interesting. Their ASI owns their USU. Any ideas? I'm just kidding. And their USU is just one big building that goes like 3 floors up, which is interesting. And then their student leadership office is actually on the 3rd floor. And then they have like chambers for their Senate meetings that are like, I don't know, I wouldn't say that they're underground, but they're pretty far down. And it is just interesting. I mean, it makes us wonder like, okay, wait, our offices and our meeting spaces are actually very accessible to students. So it makes me, feel better about us, and it's good stuff. But yeah, that was a good time. And then make sure to vote. If you're an eligible citizen of this country, please vote. I just got my ballot in, and I'm going to work on it in my office and turn it into Redwood Hall. So if anyone, is that illegal? If anyone wants to walk with me to the ballot, that's legal, right? Okay. Because you're technically not supposed to like walk through. I don't know. There's something. I was thinking of it like the AS elections. When you're like not supposed to take someone to a voter. I don't know. Sorry, everyone. But yeah, so please do that. If you got your ballot in the mail, remember to do that. I think you have until the election day. Yeah, that's cool. And then my last thing is a reminder to anyone attending the CSUN Distinguished Alumni Awards dinner. It is this Saturday at 5:30 at the Skirball Center. So who's attending? Raise your hand. 1, 2. Wait, I told 5 people. Aren't you going to? I'm gonna remind everyone who's going, who I have going on the list. I'm gonna send a reminder. But if you're going, please remember to wear business casual and be ready to network. You're gonna meet a lot of alumni and a lot of people that might be in your prospective fields that can have a conversation with you and try to help you out. And then it's also just good to meet people too. But that is the end of my report. Have a fantastic week. Again, enjoy the cold weather. I certainly will. And remember to vote. Thank you. Are there any questions on my report? Senator Perez.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Senator Olgan. Oh, we're missing a mic.
be recognized, please.
Yes, granted. Senator Toledo Carranza.
Point of personal privilege.
Granted. Is there any questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the Vice President's report with Vice President Khan.
Good morning. I don't like this weather. I oppose everything Katie said. I like the sun and I like to photosynthesize, and that's where I get my energy from. But good morning nonetheless. I will not bore you with extra details of a lot of things Katie said in her report, so I'll have a short one. I went to the USU Board of Directors meeting. There was mostly internal things being discussed. I did get to share with them a little bit about what like AS is doing right now, and I had someone tell me that I have the most entertaining report. So go AS. The town hall follow-up meeting that we mentioned last Monday, it was really good. We got to learn a lot about kind of the MIC's processes and how we can go about kind of alleviating students' stresses in the future. So that's always going to be a work in progress to just make things easier for everyone in every aspect. So excited to be working with that team on that. I went to a Strength United event with Congressman Cardenas, and President Beck was also there because Congressman Cardenas gave them Strength United almost $1 million, which is really cool. Strength United kind of deals with survivors of abuse and other like domestic quarrels, so really good cause. We attended the TUC Board of Directors meeting, which honestly, we've heard everything that was on the agenda, which was actually really, really nice to come into that knowing that there were 0 surprises and we kind of knew what was up. And then we had our District 40 forum, which was, I'm really grateful to have been able to moderate, and very grateful to Lobby Corps, our chair of Ledge Affairs, and Denise for coordinating everything. And then I did attend the rainbow reception despite fake news that I wasn't there. No, I'm just kidding. I went before Katie because I was just so proactive. And that was actually really, really cool. I foresee some ideas being brewed in my mind about kind of emulating that energy and kind of just making a community space for people to come hang out and be surrounded by people who they identify with in their community. Looking ahead for this week, CSSA is this weekend, as Katie mentioned. I did send everybody an email regarding some questions about Title IX and experiences or heard experiences, things shared with you, or just your perception of our Title IX office on campus. And there was a reply requested. So please reply. It's really important because I do have to submit a report, and I don't think it's fair if it's just my perspective because I'm just one person, and we are the campus leaders. So who better to kind of talk about it than us? And then with that, please check your Basecamp regularly. I started using the Senate Basecamp. Really cool, really fun. Thank you, Daniel, for letting me bother you about making that. But yeah, he didn't put in hard work for nothing. Let's use the Basecamp. Let's stay proactive. And with that, I am done with my report. Thank you. Any questions?
Any questions for the Vice President's report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the Chief of Staff's report with Chief of Staff Ramos.
Good morning, everyone. Yay, I love the weather, but I do love the sun. So I'm a bit of both. It's officially fall, even though fall was like officially like 2 weeks ago. But now it's like fall in California. So yay. Alrighty. For my report, I attended that wonderful leadership mixer last Wednesday. and connected with many wonderful people. I was able to have the opportunity to meet many wonderful administrators, such as the Dean of the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, which is my college. He was really cool. And the Mike Kerb College of Arts and Media and Communication. We had a very extensive conversation on the Medici in Florence. It was a wonderful conversation. I also met up with the chair of personnel and communications regarding how to promote the open positions of attorney general, chief justice, and assistant chair of finance. Hopefully, we will be able to fill those positions very soon. That is all for me. That was a very short report. But for chair of diversity, equity, and inclusion, on October 9th, he attended the leadership mixer where he had the opportunity to introduce himself to Dr. Quintero, President Beck, and several key university leaders. During his conversations, he discussed the upcoming HSI Equity Innovation Hub and the new cultural center that will be built on campus. He also had a productive meeting with Freddie Sanchez, the interim assistant vice president for student affairs, equity, and inclusion. Additionally, he will be joining the Equity and Inclusion Committee, further contributing our initiatives for fostering a more inclusive campus and environment. Meetings, websites, enhancements, he's going to include DEI committee members and USU officers. He will also be adding a campus map highlighting key offices such as the Black Student Union, Asian American Center, and the Transfer Center and DRESS. He is also showing who is in charge of different offices, and he will be sharing the t-shirt design sketches with the committee. And then as for his cultural center proposal, he discussed the creation of our campus cultural center to house various student groups such as the Black Union Center, Asian American Center, and etc. So that is all for his report. And then for Chair of Legislative Affairs, as always, please make sure you are registered to vote. Yay. As always, check your registration to make sure it is up to date. And if you don't know how to do that, you can always check in with Kiri or look at the posters around our office. They're everywhere. Let's see, what else? Recently, we had our Democracy in Action, a candidate forum with California Assembly District 40 candidates, which went extremely well. And then the next Lobby Corp is October 14th, which is today from 1 to 2. She will finalize details for the candidate forum and work on Big Party, which will be November 4th. And then that is all for Kiri. It was actually a really short report today. Oh, if any cabinet members or senators would like to collaborate with voter engagement initiatives or event planning, please let her know. As for the chair of personnel and communications, she has 2 interview requests, 4 eligibility checks, 1 appointment, and 6 interviews heading her way. As for her Instagram posts, she did 2 posts of the week and 3 overall posts in general. She will be making website edits and finalizing projects such as the introduction videos, and introduction graphics. And then she will also do her How to Find the Application Online project. She also attended the mixer and spoke with President Beck and went with Kimberly. And we'll be doing a tabling event and a giveaway. As for reminders for you guys, please fill out the graphic request to promote their town halls. So please do that. Next is for chair of elections. The internal affairs meeting was canceled. She met with committee member Miyoshi. Did I say that correctly? Oh, Miyoshi, I apologize, of Internal Affairs to discuss his referral on changing the voting system, and she gave her opinion based on her experience. She met with Denise to discuss the USU availability of space and met with the elections committee to introduce herself. She also met with Audrey Martinez, USU representative and director of programs, to discuss an idea brought up by our lovely president right here, as AS and USU collaboration plus throwing elections into the mix. And then last but not least, our assistant chair of election. She has been attending our meetings on a weekly basis, and she has been attending her office hours. She is up to date with her emails. And that is all for today. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Chief of Staff Ramos. Are there any questions on the Chief of Staff's report? Senator Harris,
Point of personal privilege.
granted. Thank you. Is there any questions? Seeing none, we can move on to the Chair of Finances report with Chair Ponce.
Hey everyone, I hope you all had a great weekend. I'll start off with the updated fund numbers. So under STAR, there is $178,487. In unassigned contingency, there is $6,200. Under Fill Fund, there is $15,000. And under Clubs and Orgs Travel, and unassigned contingency, there is $25,000. In terms of my report for this week, in Finance Committee, we are going to be discussing one request from Revolutionary Scholars. This past week, I also got to attend the MIC Leadership Conference where I hosted 4 Finance 101 sessions. It was great to hear from club leaders and get to answer their questions regarding funding. I got to introduce the hospitality policy at the MIC Leadership Conference, and there was several questions regarding it, but I feel like it went pretty smoothly. Aside from that, Finance 101 sessions are starting this week, so I'm going to be working with the MIC to promote them. The annual budget opens today. It is expected to close December 6th. Aside from that, the past week, I also attended IRA and the personnel board meeting. And I just plan to continue working on STARS and supplemental requests. That's it for my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions on the Chair of Finances report? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the Standing Committee reports, starting with External Affairs with Senator Geminiano Aragon.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So regarding the External Affairs meeting that we had last week, we were able to discuss, to bring back again the TPM policy, and it was a great welcome for Senator Shirzadi. He provided a report on the TPM forum. He was able to clarify some points that we had previously discussed, so that was great. And we are hoping to bring more students' voice on the matters. I contacted the MECHA, SGP, MENA, and Muslim student associations, which were the clubs that had an event, I think, 2 weeks ago. So we're hoping to get their perspective on how the event went and how that how the TPM policy affected it. So hopefully this week we're going to be meeting with them and getting that feedback from them. Also, Senator Harris and Senator Nunez had discussed on the process of making a reservation on campus. So we're just hoping to get those ideas ready for a resolution. We also brought up the revising Executive Order 1043, and Senator Harris reported on any updates that we had, and we'll be contacting other personnel to know what are the future steps for that legislative referral. In some personal other reports, I met on Friday for the HAKU conference. We discussed some of the logistics, and I'm very excited for the upcoming event. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Geminiano Aragon. Are there any questions on the External Affairs report? Senator Toledo Carranza.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the Internal Affairs report with Senator Gavino.
Good morning, everyone. There's not a lot to report because, as Chief of Staff Ramos said, we did not have an Internal Affairs meeting last week. That's because Vice Chair Covenia and I were at the University Corporation Board of Directors meeting. We talked about everything there, from the real estate developments that the TUC is undertaking, as well as the further updates with the CSUN Ready program that I'm sure you guys have all heard about. I also attended the Rainbow Reception that the USU had. That was a great event. And I also met with Dean Hoskin of the College of Arts, Media, and Communication. And I bring this up because he also voiced some concerns to me about the TPM policy, especially regarding kind of events that AMC College does at the Sarai and at the Art and Design Center. So it's an important discussion that's being had, and it really affects not just the students, but also the faculty, the TPM policy does. So I'm glad that that discussion is being had. Back to internal affairs, we still have 5 referrals. If anyone would like to comment on any of them, especially the new ethical spending one that we're going to bring up tomorrow, please come by at 4 p.m. at the USU Executive Board. But that's all for my report. Thank you.
I'm just kidding. Thank you. Any questions on the internal affairs report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the university affairs report with Senator Aaronson. Okay, I think it might be my microphone because I clicked the.
Hello,
button.
is it working? Is something gonna fall from the ceiling? Okay, I think we're good. Good morning, everyone. Halfway through the semester, everybody's doing great. So I quickly just want to talk about, well, before I get into the legislative referrals, I just want to say I'm so proud of all my committee members. Everybody's doing great. Everybody's doing some awesome work. Everybody is working on something and everybody's doing great. So I just want to quickly run through the legislative referrals that we're working on right now. Currently, there are 5. I want to give a quick shout out to all of my committee members that are working on them, and then I want to give a quick little special shout out to one of my committee members at the end. So first, the one that I'm working on, the Better Campus Food Act. The second one, which Senator Tran is working on, is parking availability signs. The third one, which is to get a new employee for Project Rebound, Senator Wada is working on that one. The fourth one, revised policy number 906, Senator Olgan is working on that one. And the fifth and final one, Jacaranda Hall bike lane maintenance, Senator Tran is working on that one. So I would love to dive into each of these legislative referrals, but this report would go on for 20 minutes, so I'm not gonna do that. But I just quickly wanted to shout all of those committee members out. And I also want to give a quick special shout out to Senator Pulliam. She just finished, as of last meeting, she was able to successfully finish the Dropbox Oviatt signage removal legislative referral, and we were able to motion that one indefinitely. So I just want to give her a quick special shout out because that's pretty awesome. So we're just looking forward to continuing doing some great work. Everybody's working on some awesome stuff, and I'm really looking forward to the stuff that we'll continue to work on for the rest of the school year. Yeah, I hope everybody is doing okay with midterms, keeping their head above the water, and yeah, have a good fall.
Everything okay back there? Okay. Man, you called it out too. You were like, something's gonna fall from the ceiling. That sounded like something was gonna fall from the ceiling. That's so funny. Okay, let's be optimistic. Any questions on the University Affairs report? Okay, seeing none. Oh my gosh. Am I good to talk? I'm gonna say yes. Okay. We'll move on to the interim AS Executive Director's report with Tim Shapansky.
Good morning, everyone. Couple of updates today. Our outdoor adventure program has an accreditation through a company called the Association of Experiential Education. They came out this weekend to do a site visit. They share that accreditation with the Recreation and Tourism Department, kind of all things outdoors. They had a good site visit. Everybody was happy and they went home, and that they have to do that. And then starting next year, they'll start gathering up all their information to go through the whole process again. It's every 3 years that they have to do that. Sport clubs, the men's soccer club took second at a tournament in San Diego this weekend. And our ice hockey team split games this weekend with UCLA. I just want to thank everyone who attended the AS Mixer. I hope you got a chance to speak with each other and also speak with our guests that were invited. The AS annual budget is up online. If you're attempting to find it, we're going to make it look a little bit more easier to find. I was trying to find it and it's a little difficult, but we'll get there. And then last thing is I think we'll start looking at a AS branded helmet for our president if she's going to be scootering around the campus. So to protect her. So that is all on my report today.
I don't approve of the helmet, but I do understand the safety aspect. So I appreciate your care and concern. Okay, fine. I'll wear a helmet. That's crazy. You guys do not want to see me with a helmet on. Okay, thank you. Is there any questions on the interim AS executive director's report? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the university advisor's report. Oh, yes, Senator Radionoff, sorry.
Point of personal privilege.
Yeah, granted. Thank you. Okay. We'll move on to the university advisor's report with Asia Butler.
Good morning. Let's see. So last week we had a meeting with our different campus partners to discuss our outdoor reservation process. So we'll have a couple more follow-up meetings with certain partners, I think this week, or if not next week. And then we also had a meeting with risk management and our fraternity and sorority organizations to help them understand what their insurance requirements are. So that went well. A lot of good questions that were asked there. And then we're also looking at some potential training or educational opportunities with regards to the submitting the event form for outdoor spaces. Saturday, we had our leadership conference. Thank you, Leslie. You did a great job doing all those different sessions, answering all the questions, very thorough review. So I think that was really helpful. We're also very grateful to AS for, funding the conference and our different colleagues around the campus that served as small group facilitators. So that was very helpful. We had about 239 students RSVP, and I think we had about 200 that showed up. We're still finalizing all of the attendance, and so we'll get that over to you, Leslie, so you know. And then any group that wasn't at the conference will be sent information about makeup opportunities with Leslie and with the Matter Involvement Center. And that's it.
Thank you, Asia. Are there any questions on the university advisor's report? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the faculty advisor's report with Dr. Veda Ward. I'm not sure. Oh, it is? Okay.
The midpoint almost of our semester. Very exciting as we approach that halfway, thinking about what your contributions are going to be for the rest of the semester, as well as, of course, performing well on your academic requirements. So upcoming now, we're going to be having advisement. So all of you should have been notified of a faculty advisor that you will be working or staff person. And again, the goal is for your prep in advance of meeting with that person so that you know what you want to do. Most importantly, for your constituents who have not gone through the advising process before. So that's a critical piece for you to make that connection and support those individual students so that they know, of course, being faculty friendly and welcoming, that we want to see, we want to get to know you, but most importantly, to be informed about where you are and what your journey is intellectually, where we can take you. And that's a really important goal for us as faculty. Many of you are going to have advising plans that come up And again, you're going to have constituents who are not familiar with that process. So you want to make sure you reach out to them, give them a little bit of a guidance and help them with that process. All right, next, I think the last thing that I'd like to recommend is that in addition to thinking about your midterms and projects, project all of that forward and recommend guest speakers for your classes. This is a critically important for faculty members who are new here, who are not familiar with the area, may not have connections with the alums. And sometimes we don't think about that. I know we have a brand new faculty member this semester in my department. And so it's students who can then help that individual feel more at home at CSUN, get to know alums, and then bring in that external voice to really pump up your classes. So hopefully that will be something you can do this semester. I don't have anything else for today, but of course, I want to wish you well in your midterm exams and all your prep for that.
Thank you so much. Is there any questions on the faculty advisors report? Senator Harris.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Thank you. Okay, seeing none. Oh, man, I should not have told Mylan to send a special meeting agenda at 10:30. Because we are essentially all done. We don't have unfinished business. We do not have new business. We have no information items, no discussion items, and no legislative referrals. We will now move on to announcements. Are there any announcements from the board? Government Secretary Moss.
All I want to say is Happy Indigenous Peoples Day.
Truth. Thank you. Any announcements? Senator Flores.
Hello, hello everyone. For those who may not know, I actually started a mariachi through the Chicano Studies Department here on campus, and we will be performing this evening in the USU for the Pride Center's Orgullo y Cultura event from 6 to 6:30. That's when we will be performing. The event starts at 4. So if you can, feel free to stop by, enjoy some food, some music. Hope to see y'all there.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Senator Aronson. Oh my gosh.
Jeez, this mic does not like me. Tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. at the Black House, Empower Your Voice event. It was postponed from last week, but it's happening. It's going to be great. I really hope all of you can attend. It's going to be a really fun event. There's going to be a lot of education, going to be a lot of freshmen and sophomores that you guys are going to be able to reach out to, and possibly some people that might be interested in AS next year. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, please come. It's going to be a great event. I'm going to be speaking. There's going to be a couple other speakers, and we're going to have some fun interactive activities. Yeah, thanks.
Asia.
What time was the event?
4:30 p.m.
Any other? Senator Pulliam?
This last, give me a moment. Okay, this last week I went with Amon and I both went to the Strength United event. It was a really good event, really good presentation speakers. Made me shed a tear. Really sweet. And then also Duce and I had our we went to the fall festival and we gave a little presentation about ourselves and tabled, and it was great to see everybody. I met a lot of master and credential students, which typically are people I'm not around, so that was nice to be able to meet them.
Are there any other announcements? Senator Harris?
This is kind of reporting from Lobby Corps. So currently for voting, we're 7th place in CSU, and we're currently at 380. The next highest up is 409, and the top is going to be CSU Fullerton with 947. We really are trying to get number 1. So vote for from me and Kiri. Thank you.
Any other announcements? Senator Wada.
Hi, everybody. It is my great pleasure to invite you all to the ARC STEAM Nexus on Wednesday, November 6th. This event is open to all members of the CSUN community who wish to attend. This event is a showcase from our student researchers here on their research projects to guests. I will be there presenting my own research group's project and poster. Following the research presentations, we will have a guest speaker panel, which will include the former president of MIT, Dr. Susan Hockfield. The event will end with a Broadway-style performance by the CSUN theater students, and the deadline to register for the event is this Friday. I will send you all an email with the information and a link to register.
Thank you. Any other announcements? I guess I'll say a quick one. I will be attending the Graduation Initiative Symposium. It's like the last week of October. So, and it just so happens to be like during the day. Like usually these events happen at night, but it's a 3-day long symposium. I will be there. I think the event is mainly from like 8 or 9 a.m. to like 5 p.m. So I will not be in the office Monday, October 28th to Wednesday, October 30th. Just letting you know. I'm so sorry, but you better not need me that day. Iman will help you out. Okay, that's it. Any other announcements? Oh, Senator Perez. I'm trying to milk the time. We have a special meeting at 10:30, so you guys are gonna have to come back.
I have two. So the first one is like not really relevant to AS, but the Dodgers won last night, and I think that's very important in the community. And then the second one, just on the note of like guest speakers and all our resources and things we have access to, I just want to remind everyone when you're talking to your constituents, if they're looking to like get, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of look to see different performances and things like that. The Soraya offers student discounts for any CSUN student. And they can do that online, they can do that in person, but they're super discounted tickets for some world-renowned artists and all these major events. I attended this weekend on Saturday for Aida Cuevas. She's known as the Queen of Mariachi, so that was a fun event to be at. And the audience was full and lively and great. So just a reminder that those events are on campus and we have discounted great access to phenomenal art and performances.
Thank you, Senator Perez. I'm gonna say, I guess it's not really an announcement, but a reminder. For Senate meetings, please make sure to try to aim to get here at like 8:50, 8:55. I know sometimes life happens and we're running a couple minutes late, but I always try to just be like, oh, meeting starts at 9, I'm getting there 15 minutes before. But that's because I was an athlete and I was a trauma-induced response. But yeah, please keep that in mind. Just because I don't want to mark any of you late or, you know, whatever. And late, attending meetings late and, you know, or missing meetings or whatever can add up. And that is a reason that one of you could unfortunately be vacated from a seat. So just keep that in mind. Attendance is very important and punctuality is very important as well. And if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. Cool. Any other announcements? Again, milking the time. We're going to have to be back here in 10:30. Senator Pulliam.
It was my roommate's birthday. We celebrated. It was fun.
Nice.
Shout out Nina.
Okay. No, you cannot. But you also have to raise your hand when you talk. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not joking, but I'm joking. Okay. So I will suggest, oh, yes, Asia. Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, we can always adjourn and take a break.
Yeah,
and
I
come
was going to
back.
do that. I was
Okay,
gonna say
good.
that right
Thank
now.
you.
I'm sorry. I know, I'm joking. I'm just going to do that right now. Okay. So, seeing no more announcements, we will move on to final roll call with Government Secretary Moss.
Vice President Khan.
Here.
Senator Aronson.
Here.
Senator Flores.
Here.
Senator Gavino.
Here.
Senator Mediano Aragon.
Here.
Senator Harris.
Here.
Senator Covenia.
Here.
Senator Miyoshi.
Here.
Senator Nunez. Senator Olgun.
Here.
Senator Perez.
Here.
Senator Pulliam.
Here.
Senator Radionov. Senator Weta.
Here.
Senator Shirzadi.
Here.
Senator Toledo Kranza.
Here.
Senator Tran.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will adjourn this meeting at 9:55 a.m. See you back here at like 10:20 or 10:25. Please remember to come back. Thank you.
Senator Aronson.
Here.
Senator Flores.
Here.
Senator Gavino.
Here.
Senator Geminiano Aragon.
Here.
Senator Harris.
Here.
Senator Covenia.
Here.
Senator Miyoshi.
Here.
Senator Nunez. Senator Olgun.
Here.
Senator Perez.
Here.
Senator Pulliam.
Here.
Senator Radionov. Senator Weta.
Here.
Senator Shirzadi.
Here.
Senator Toledo Kranza.
Here.
Senator Tran. Thank you. We have a quorum.
Thank you. We'll now move on to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion for the approval of today's special meeting agenda? Senator Pulliam.
I move to approve the special meeting agenda for October 14th.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Geminiano Aragon. Is there any discussion on the approval of the special meeting agenda? Seeing none, if there are no objections to the special meeting agenda, that will pass unanimously. Are there any objections? Seeing no objections, the agenda for the special meeting is approved unanimously. We have no special presentation. We'll move on to open forum. It seems as if there is no one in the gallery, so we will move past open forum and we'll move past reports into new business. Our only item of new business is to approve the appointment for Nicole Burgess for the College of Arts, Media, and Communication to be a finance committee member. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gavino.
I move to approve the appointment of Nicole Burgess to be the College of Arts, Media, and Communication Finance Committee member.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Olgun. Any discussion on this motion? Seeing no discussion, we will take it to a vote. All in favor of approving the appointment of Nicole Burgess for the AMC College for Finance Committee member, please raise your hand. Thank you. This passes unanimously. Congratulations to our new appointment. Nice. And that is it for new business. We'll now move on to the final roll call with Government Secretary Moss.
Vice President Khan. Senator Aronson.
Here.
Senator Flores.
Here.
Senator Gavino.
Here.
Senator Geminiano Aragon.
Here.
Senator Harris.
Here.
Senator Covenia.
Here.
Senator Miyoshi.
Here.
Senator Nunez. Senator Olgun.
Here.
Senator Perez.
Here.
Senator Pulliam.
Here.
Senator Radionov. Senator Weta.
Here.
Senator Shirzadi.
Here.
Senator Toledo Kranza.
Here.
Senator Tran. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I will adjourn this special meeting at 10:33 a.m. You are all free to go. Thank you for staying and thank you for lingering and actually all the stuff. Thank you.